Hey guys, it's been a long road, but I've managed to now successfully make discs for the mindset. Now if you hear it, you can actually hear the mindset over in the corner buzzing away, waiting for me to insert a disc here, but I've just built new versions of the utilities, and I have copied them onto a standard PC sector by sector disk image here using WinImage. Now this disk was already prepared using MAME, using the DOS 2.11 mindset DOS disk that was available, and I booted into MAME, made a DOS disk, and basically made a system disk so that I could take and copy the system files, because I only have one disk that I can work with right now. After that's done, the result is subsequently copied into HxCTool and exported out as an SCP. At which point, once saved, I can then subsequently load it into SuperCard as an SCP file, from a flux image file to SuperCard PRO Drive 1, load the image, get it ready to go, and then over here I have a Qumetrak 142. This is one of the many disk drives that are sitting over at Tanner Electronics right now for 15 bucks. The drive belt was a little bit warped, so I had to take and drop it in some boiling water for 5 minutes to shrink the belt. Once I did that, everything clicked up nicely. I do have a replacement on the way, so by the time this thing wears out, it should give me at least a few tries to do some development tests here. It is plugged into a SuperCard, which you really can't see too much of here, but that goes at USB to my docking station here and over to my development system over here. So with that, we'll go ahead and see if I can write this disk here. Go ahead, make disk, insert target disk. Oop. There's no disk in drive. Yeah, let's put the disk in the drive, shall we? We got a mindset disk. No. Alright. Looks like the SuperCard just keeps the drive motor on while it's sitting there waiting. As you can see, it seems to click okay. We're good to go. Retry. Let's go ahead and make again. And there we go. Blinking right along. And yes, I have to do a full disk image right every time I want to test something, but that's okay. At least it's something. And at least I can write a 5 1/4 inch disc. You can also see the SuperCard streaming data to the drive. All in all, a fantastic little product. We're about 2/3 of the way done so far. You can see we're systematically counting down here. Just counting away. God, you have no idea. I was trying forever to find a decent 5 1/4 inch drive, and the prices on eBay are absolutely atrocious. I mean, really, you want me to pay $200 for a drive that's marked per parts? Yeah, go fuck yourself. Alright, so we take the disk out of the drive very carefully. I have a disk drive enclosure coming to make this all nice and neat. We'll go ahead and insert it into the mindset here. And we will go ahead and press Alt reset here to bring this thing into diagnostics. And as you can see, it's booting just fine. The special mindset DOS. And we'll start with a pair of color bars. And yes, I know my dark magenta color bar is off. The palette value is just wrong. But as you can see, drew that pretty quickly. Looks quite nice, I think. Hitting enter, get this back to the prompt. And now let's try the fastest blitter operation that I have in this batch, which is boxes. Nice solid fills here, and you can see that it's just ripping right through them. And these are BIOS calls. That's something. It's actually drawing 128 of these at a time. I create a queue of 128 of these at a time, and then I ship them off to the display processor. But as you can see, it's just hammering away quite nicely. Now, it actually writes a 16-bit word to the blitter here, so you can actually have a stipple pattern of 4 colors, 4 pixels per write here. But since this was being output on the television, I figured it best, over composite, I figured it best to just limit it to solid colors for this. So, let's look again, directory, and we'll do the next fastest, which is polyline. And it's drawing 128 lines per queue entry here. And as you can see, it's doing a pretty darn good job. It's not taking up the entire screen because I wanted to keep everything nice and random and within the viewable screen, just using shifts. So the viewable space is 256 by 128, but the speed doesn't make any difference the bigger the lines are drawn. It draws the same speed regardless. So that's polylines. And then finally, we have font on here, but it doesn't work yet. So I'll end with polygon, which draws stippled polygons here. This is the slowest, but it's still pretty fast. And as you can see right there, doing a pretty darn good job. The TV is actually trying to interlace this a bit. And I'm going to do a little implementation of this to try the 640 by 400 mode to see how well that actually works. It's interlaced. But 320 by 200, 16 colors, and it's outputting a pretty good little signal here. What do you guys think? So, first successful run on actual hardware. It's doing pretty well here. Alright guys, talk to you later.